Hello. Hello, Soulskin. This is, rain checking in up in here. Smoking the rest of this. So, today, lately, there's been a lot going through my mind, and kind of just want to talk about the idea or energy of God. That, truly, what is it? And, what I found what it is just your consciousness, You talk to God aloud, you talk to God in your head, and there's something that responds. And it could be yourself even that responds. But somehow, if the use of imagination was used, for this manifestation of godly energy, you bring yourself to talk to God itself. During these times, it is yourself hearing yourself. So God is within you. This is why you hear that. One is not God, but God is within you, because one is both. One is both the yin yang, to make peace with it. To talk to God and to use such power in my words, it sends chills up me all over body. And it brings a lightness to my heart. I feel it beating faster. I feel my whole soul illuminated during this specifically projected speech to God when trying to reach it. And I feel it right now, almost like you could just, shed tears, almost like you could rain, almost like a cleansing, a purity of energy. What it is to be blessed, what it is to give sacrifices and to smoke sacraments. To speak to God, hearing yourself speak. To recollect, like when you hear a song and the lyrics start playing backward or back in your head, and you recollect on it, on knowing what these lyrics mean to you, why you're thinking about them at that time, what it could mean, messages from beyond, and just so much more. Everything is a message. You walk down the street and you see numbers of an address, and you add them up, and it goes to an energy, and then you analyze these numbers in themselves as a whole, and each is an energy in its own, speaking a step-by-step of portals that are being opened within self, possibly, or just within the universe, depending on what you were trying to depict or figure out. And it's just so much to even feel like because you just never really know. But to even just to even feel like not think it, feel it. Because when you think it, then it's like, but when you feel it, it's a little more confident, more intuitive. Like when you think of something and you just know that it is what you thought of, that there is no other way, because of that strong confidence within yourself, that intuitiveness that has been gifted and blessed, these visions. You guys as a sleep there. So God. You know how they say that things are opposite in this world and in spirit world, which I've came to believe, yes. Maybe because I've heard this, so I made it this way. Perhaps a newborn who never hears this in its life will have a spirit world projected in a whole other way, you know. But in my lifetime and in my experience, it is astral projection worlds. It's like opposite. Like, for example, in my room, I have a purple wall, but in another dimension in the spirit world, it was red. The walls are red. Maybe because I've been in a place with red walls before, but either way, how, you know, just trying to give examples here, you know, I'm just trying to give examples. Anyways, or how they say, like, the crucifix, you know, it's actually upside down, stuff like that. And even your eyeballs, you know, the perception when you go to the doctors, it's upside down, stuff like that. So in this world, God is depicted as many figures, feminine and masculine. But however the soul decides to choose what the skin is going to portray, what the skin is going to you know, worship or just resonate with, you know, simply. And perhaps it is the opposite energy, gender energy, that is needed to be worked on, you know, depending on what you're focusing on. Like for example, right now, there's something about Jesus Christ, Jesus Christio. Sometimes I like to call. Sometimes I feel like there's more pure energy in those words rather than the other ones. And, you know, this is obviously a masculine figure, but perhaps it is the female feminine energy that I need to work on, which is in alignment because recently I have spoken about how I would love to have my feminine energy established within this world as a masculine, which is exactly what I am resonating with right now, you know. So this is why it makes sense to me. So perhaps, you know, there's more things that have this pattern, because a lot of the times I like to use my emotional energy more to bring balance with intellect, since I have a Libra moon. Also, check out your birth chart, you know. I'm going to leave a link down below. I'm going to leave two because right now I am learning, you know, the tropics. I don't know if that's exactly what it is, the tropics of astrology, but there is also sidereal astrology, which is 13 signs. And once I'm done with the tropical learning of my own chart, because you should always just focus on your own instead of putting your energy into another soul, even though they might reflect your soul, it is still not straight to source, you know. And just like when you speak to God, to speak to God is to speak out loud or in your head to hear yourself straight to source, you know. So yeah, just look up your chart, learn it, learn the placements, you know, the planets, the houses, because everybody has 12 stages of their temple, their soul temple, which is made of stardust, you know, astrology. So when knowing this information and knowing, you know, hearing things like, oh, Mercury's in retrograde, or you know, Saturn's in retrograde, or was it sextile fucking conjunction your Venus planet to your third house, you know, or some shit like that. You know, you could be aware of how you are going to react. Then almost another way of having premonitions or visions, you know, warnings, almost like your flame, your twin flame, warning you within your dreams, but it shows up as other people, you know. But it's the energy, that the familiarity when dreaming. If you could get familiar with emotions, the way that you feel about people, around people, and try to, you know, write it down, because this is how it'll start to become a pattern. So, or just, you know, within me, I wrote it down first, and then I started using emotions next. And right now I am on like intellect, I guess, too, because sometimes I recognize the energy, and then I am now intellected with the astrological with the astrology sign to the figure, which then helps my interactions, because I'm now more aware of my own being. You know, yes, the other being is there, but this is for, you know, God gives us this for the practice of self, and for the protection against others, and for the protection for others, and the protection for yourself, you know. But essentially all reflects source, God. So, you know, just being aware of all of these things will help all, because it helps myself. So, you know, maybe it'll help all in any way. And, you know, same for the other way. If it helps all, then perhaps it'll help self, you know. And to really just break down barriers of what it is to be every day. Alright, so I'm going to finish my project. Would you like to see? Let's see.